The views or opinions expressed in this presentation are those of the participants and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Westman Communications Group or its employees.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the KC Chronicles. A fun fact, I can actually confirm this now, episode 40. Go us, right?
Yeah, 40 episodes.
I'm actually surprised that we made it to 40 because
Yeah, I'm surprised we're still friends.
we're surprised we're still friends.
We piss each other off enough that it's like
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's been notoriously documented, just the abuse that we kind of dish out back and forth. So and by that I mean friendly banter. Don't take that.
That's probably why we do the podcast.
This is probably why. Yeah, this is actually group therapy. The company has designated that we do these weekly podcasts as
so
a
that
way
we get along for
so
the rest
yeah,
of
so
the
that
days.
yeah. So we kind of work out our differences.
Makes a lot of sense.
I think that's true. So so happy 40 episodes.
Yeah. Happy 40 episodes. I'm half asleep today, but
Half asleep. It's been a long week. The week we are taping this, it's the week of the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair, and I'm
At
not
the
working
Keystone Center.
or doing anything. But she's a student still, and
I'm
she
working
is doing
every
it.
day. And there's been some longer days, and it's just been exhausting, especially when we start at 8 in the morning. So we have to be there at like 7:30, and I'm like, this is too early for me.
Yeah, I think because then you got to wake up even earlier. So it's not fun. So Kenzie's a little tired, but
If you checked out the fair, though, let us know, because if you saw us there, or if you saw me there, or if you just went and checked it out, let us know. You can DM us on either of our socials, KC_Chronicles 2024. That is both our Instagram and our TikTok. You can comment on our YouTube, KC Chronicles, or you can email us at kcchronicles2024@gmail.com, or what's the other one? WCGTV@westmancom.com.
That's the other right there.
Right there.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So, yeah, if you checked out the fair, let us know. By any
reach out to
means
us.
of contact, we would love to hear from you.
Try lots of the great food. Check out all the vendors, all the trade shows.
I think I've gained like 20 pounds since working.
Yeah.
Just in the week.
I remember in my second year of ACC, I was in your position, so I was there all day, every single day, morning to evening. I had the pulled pork pierogies about 5 or 6 times. I think I spent nearly $100.
Were they good at least?
Oh well, why do you think I ate it 5 or 6 times? Because it was so good.
Oh.
Basically, it was like 4, 5, 6 pierogies with a bunch of like delicious pulled pork and barbecue sauce, and then like a hunk of sour cream on top. I ate that I probably gained like 60 pounds.
Yeah, I had pizza today because we ended up staying later than we thought we would. We were supposed to leave at lunch, and then things happened, and we ended up having to stay, so we had some pizza. And obviously always drinking from the Forbidden Flavors coffee truck because it's the only place that actually has coffee there, I think.
Yeah. There's always like there's soda. I think there's like a lemonade stand there.
Yeah, lots of lemonade stands, but coffee at 6:30 in the morning is better than lemonade at 6:30 in the morning. So
Essentially,
7:30.
The word fair, it's true. Even though this is an indoor fair and it's all indoor events, all the fair food's still the same. It's all a bunch of high fat processed foods, sugar everywhere.
If you like horses, though, you would definitely enjoy.
If you
the
love
event.
horses, if you love livestock, if you love
There's a good dog show too this year. It's not the Wolf Jocks this year. It's Canine Circus is what they're called.
I like that better actually.
It's actually quite good. I mean,
does a dog go through like a flaming ring? Or like...
No, that would be cooler. The only thing is when you watch it enough times, you're just like, oh my goodness, because the guy, the host, sucks in a bunch of helium, so he's got this like super high pitched voice. So like you can only watch it 1 or 2 times, but watching it like 4 separate times, and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't watch this anymore, and I get to watch it again tomorrow.
That sounds amazing.
It's great.
Yeah.
What else is new?
Jets are gonna be in the playoffs in like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be exciting. I know you don't really care about sports, but
Don't really care about sports. Really?
Okay.
Compilation of the times he's cared about sports.
Well, you don't. I kind of do sometimes.
Yeah, that little shrine on your wall would say otherwise.
It's not a thing. It's like it's honestly just not a thing. The
Bombers plates would say something.
Yes, I have bomber plates in my car. So what?
Mr. I don't care about sports.
No, I was saying you. I wasn't saying about
No,
anything
you said
about me.
I don't. You know, and you said I when you were talking as in yourself. Grammatical error. I don't care about sports.
Happy 40 episodes, guys. See you later. Okay.
And this is the end
And
of
this is
JC Chronicles.
Yeah. But we thought for the 40th episode, we're gonna play a game today. We're gonna have a fun little game.
I feel like all our last few episodes have been fun, but we've also been busy, so we're trying to like not put
Yeah.
too much
Yeah,
effort
unfortunately, you know, in the last couple weeks and months of school winding down, unfortunately, it's been
Busy.
extremely busy. Once April passes, I automatically guarantee the production of our show will probably go up because we'll have more time to
into it.
prep.
Yeah, we'll have more prepped episodes and
Yeah, exactly.
episodes outside of the office.
What?
If you liked our hike vlogs from last year,
I did.
we might have more
I was a
fun
fan.
stuff in store for you.
I was a fan. I subscribed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you're curious of what game we're playing today, it's in the title. We're going to play 2 truths and a lie.
Now, if you don't know what that is, Cullen, would you like to explain the rules?
Well, it's a little self-explanatory, but essentially, we're going to go back and forth. For example, I will tell Kenzie 3 prompts or 3 stories. Most of them between us, they're like they're 2 truths and a lie about us, but I took the liberty of getting some that were just random obscure internet fun facts. And yeah, but essentially I'll tell her 3 prompts about myself. 2 of them will be true stories, 1 will be a lie. And Kenzie has to figure out which one of them is a lie. So it's a fun one. You get to almost know us better because, you know, there's more truths than there are lies. So you might learn some weird fun facts about us.
Mm-hmm.
So
anything else we got to cover before we get into it? I'm trying to think.
I
don't know. Just living life.
let's go Brandon Bobcats. Their championship parade was today.
Yeah.
So that's good for them. We talked about that last episode.
Yeah. Pretty much just talked about nationals for an entire.
Yeah. Last week's episode was a little more loosey goosey, but we loosey goosey. Shall we jump in?
Sure.
All right. We're gonna get the brain activity firing today. So I'll start. So, Kenzie, this is one about me.
Oh, okay.
So this is one about me. So here are my 3 prompts. Number 1, I have traveled to the city of Calgary. Number 2, I have traveled to the city of Victoria. Number 3,
As in like BC?
yes.
Okay.
And number 3, I have traveled to Ottawa.
Victoria's the lie.
Damn it, she's too good at this one.
I know this because Calgary, obviously you would have gone to Calgary. It's not that far.
Well,
And-
it's 9 hours
And
from here.
Ottawa, didn't you go for like a Metallica concert or something? We've talked about this before.
That was Montreal.
We've talked
But I
about
have been to
something like-
Ottawa,
Yeah,
yeah.
we've talked about this before. I do remember you being to Ottawa before.
I've been to Vancouver Island,
Just not
just
Victoria.
not Victoria. I've been to Nanaimo, a lovely town.
Intriguing.
I recommend it as part of the British Columbia Tourism Board.
Really?
It's a great town.
We should travel to BC and then film it.
Oh,
I'll let you do another one
if
while
the
I think
company
of...
sponsors us and lets us go to
That'd be
BC,
awesome.
oh my lord.
I'll let you
Anyway.
do another one, and then while I think of my
Okay, yeah,
ones. And...
because some of us came prepared. I'm just kidding.
I've been working all week.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
That was just a joke.
You want to go? You want to fight?
For my own safety. Okay.
Oh my lord.
Number 2. I have attended a Grey Cup championship game. Number 2. I have attended a Winnipeg Jets home game. Number 3. I have attended a Winnipeg Blue Bombers away game that was not in Saskatchewan.
The last one.
So you think that one's a lie?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Oh really? Great. Cup.
I have not been to a Grey Cup game.
Where'd you go for a Bombers game?
So in the same trip that I went to Ottawa, we ended up in Toronto, and we were lucky that the Blue Bombers were in town were playing in Toronto, and they beat the ever mother-loving crap out of Toronto that game. So it was great. July 21st, 2018. Go look it up. The game was far more lopsided than the score would indicate. But anyway, that was a great one.
Okay, kind of gotta think about this now. About myself. Oh lord.
Think about yourself.
I'm trying to think.
Should I do like commentary while you think?
Do some commentary.
Yeah, so basically I'll talk about the game. So basically, granted the game in question, Toronto that year, they think they went like 4-14. So they weren't a good team. The Bombers went 10-8 that year, I think. And the previous week, I think like they laid a bad dud in BC. But yeah, so like that game we went to it, and there were actually a decent amount of Blue Bomber fans that were there, but they were sitting on the other side of the grandstands from where my dad and I were sitting, behind the away bench where the team was.
I have thought of it.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a great game. Go
I
check out the
seen
highlights.
it. Okay. So they're not going to be all like the same, like you had yours in the same category. I'm just
Right.
going to do 3 random things.
Okay.
Okay. I've never once got COVID. I have over 200 physical books in my house. And my favorite TV show is How I Met Your Mother.
First one's a lie.
Oh, that's correct. Actually, I've had COVID.
I remember that you had that many books because I helped you move about a million books, and then you've referenced How I Met Your Mother so many times. I figured, well, that one has to be your favorite show.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Let's see if I can think of another one while we're on the spot. I gotta think of this now.
Think as hard as you can. I will say there are some here that are personally mine that the categories jump all over the place. The first couple I like grouped
Tried to group together.
I grouped together, and then afterwards I kind of just gave up.
Okay.
Sorry, I was playing around with the little box.
Okay. This one I'm gonna try and do about events. Let's just see if I can remember all the events I've ever been to. Oh my gosh. Okay. My least favorite event was that I've been to in the last 2 years was Craven Music Festival. My least favorite event I've been to in the last year was our last 2 years was the WCG Christmas party a couple years ago. Or the food truck wars from last year.
Okay, so your least favorite event to be was either the Craven Festival,
Craven, or WCG party from last
I
year.
hope it's not that one because then that just looks horrible.
Or food truck wars.
Oh no. 'Cause I think I know which one it is, but if that's the one, that doesn't look good at all. Okay, for the sake of I hope you were smart in this one, I'm gonna say the food truck wars was your least favorite.
Yeah, mostly because I went earlier in the day to do to film for WCG. If you've seen my Bites and Delights episode,
Right.
and so just ate way too much food, and I just wasn't feeling good that day, and so it was just I liked the event, but that specific time I went, it was just
Too much food.
not feeling great. And
Too much food.
yeah, pretty much died.
Yep, she pretty much died. Pretty much died, but she's still sitting here. Actually, I'm sitting here with her spirit.
Ooh.
Yeah, my hand passes right through because she's a ghost.
Cue the special effects.
Woo! Okay, here we go. I've got another travel one for you.
Okay.
I have traveled to the United States several times in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to figure out which of these 3 states I have not been to.
Okay.
So I have been to the U.S. state of Minnesota. I have been to Illinois, and I have been to Florida. So Minnesota, Illinois, Florida.
Okay, I want to say Illinois because isn't Minnesota right on our border, and Florida is where Disneyland is.
You are correct in all 3 of those assumptions.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I was correct.
Yes, you are.
Well, I'm just because Minnesota's on the border, so I
Yes, it
would
is.
assume that's be one of those.
I
you
went
go,
camping in Minnesota, and yeah, I've been to Florida twice. One of them I went to Disney World. The
Okay,
other one
I
I
have
went
a
to
travel
Tampa.
I have a travel one for you.
Oh, here we go.
I have never ever been to Calgary. I have never ever been outside of Canada, and I once went I can't think. I once went to BC for a camping trip.
You've never been outside Canada.
That's actually true. I've never been outside of Canada.
What?
Never ever.
To be fair, I've only been to the States a couple times. I want to go to Europe.
Do you have a second guess?
A second guess. Oh wait, sorry. Was I wrong?
You were wrong.
Oh, sorry. Oh. I was having a moment. Okay, wait.
We're not guessing a truth here, man.
Choosing a truth. Wait, you
You're
said.
choosing a lie. So either I've never been to
Oh,
Calgary.
you saw. Oh my God! I was playing 2 lies and a truth.
Oh my god.
That is awful of me. Let me try that again. So you have never traveled to Calgary.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the U.S. Census. Okay, so either you've never traveled to Calgary or you've been to BC on a camping trip.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find the lie in that one. I think Calgary is a lie.
That's not. I have been to Calgary.
You have been to Calgary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I was wrong both times.
I've never gone to BC just for a camping trip.
Well,
I've never actually been
that'd
to
be the
BC.
best place to go to a camping
I've
trip.
never actually been to BC.
Oh, go.
Yeah, I want to. I have family down there, so.
Go. Just go.
Your turn. Right now?
Yeah, go.
Let me just pack my bags and
Go.
cancel my work
Okay.
for tomorrow.
So we're going to talk about activities, extracurricular activities I did as a kid outside school.
Okay.
As a kid, I played soccer. As a kid, I was in karate. And as a kid, I played hockey.
You did not play hockey.
Damn it.
You are not a hockey player.
I was hoping you'd bite on that one.
Well, bouncing off that theme, extracurriculars of Mackenzie's life.
Of Mackenzie's life. Okay. Step right up.
When I was in high school / as a kid, I also played soccer.
Okay.
I was in the drama club. I played volleyball.
Volleyball's a lie.
That's true. I almost went with 3 truths, but I almost accidentally went with
No,
3
honestly,
truths.
when I was writing some of these 2 truths and a lie, I like there were several times like I just wrote 3 truths and I was like, oh, wait a minute, no, actually that's a lie.
I also played basketball.
I played basketball
I also did badminton.
Nice.
What else did I did SRC one year. I'm trying to think. But yeah, mainly drama club because I love drama.
For sure. Yeah. I was in drama club 1 year in elementary. And then I took drama for 4 years
One
in high
year
school.
when I was in elementary school, I had the dumb decision to do cross country running.
Dumb decision.
No, but like it's like cross country running.
It's a lot of stamina and endurance.
Yeah, this was when I was living in Wadena, so it wasn't even where I graduated. But I decided to do cross country. Never ever did it again because I actually was like so done by the end of one run. I was like, never again. And whenever I did track and field as a kid, I'm not a runner, guys. I'm really not. I always did like high jump, long jump, and anything that didn't and maybe like 100-meter sprints or something like that. So I'm not running too far.
I'm trying to remember. I think, oh gosh.
I did shot put 1 year.
Well, yeah. Well, I did track and field all 4 years, but I remember in grade, I think it was 4 and 5. Because grade 4, I remember for us, grade 4, I think was the first year that you did track and field.
Yeah.
Grade 4 and 5, I made city tournaments representing my school. The 4th one, in grade 4, I think it was like the 4 fastest runners in like the 100-meter dash. You made the 4-man relay team, and I came 4th, I think. So there was that one. And then the 5th one, and then I remember in grade 5, I still don't even know how I made cities for this one, but it was the track and field for. Oh God, I'm blanking because the track is what 200. It's the one.
Yeah.
After 100 meters.
I know what you're talking
like 120 yard dash or
I have
meter
no
dash.
idea,
What?
but
Okay.
I know what you're
Anyway,
talking
the one after 100 meters, I did that one. Didn't win either of them, but it was fun.
I was a high jump specialist when
And once again, I did all this track and field. It was before I got tall. I don't know if high jump helps you when you're tall, but
it also doesn't help you when you're short. But I still beat out a whole bunch of people, and I got first 1 year, so that was kind of cool.
high jump was always our favorite because it was just the excuse to just flop. Just flop around on a crash mat. It was fun.
Quick little story, actually. So when I was in elementary school back in Wadena, so like the first town I lived in, not Moosomin, where I graduated from, there was somebody who did a high jump. This is bad laughing about it, but it's years later. She jumped too far, and instead of landing on the mat, she landed on the ground. There was an ambulance called. She was okay.
Oh.
She survived, but it's funny laughing about it years later. But I was like a kid. I was like in grade 2, grade 3 at the time, and I was like, oh god, ambulance. She's probably dead. She didn't die. She was okay. But that's like that always scared me. I was like, they need to get bigger mats.
Okay, wait. So you thought that she died?
Well, I'm sorry. I was a kid, and she like went way too far. Didn't land on the mat. Landed on the ground. And also, this doesn't help. But ever seen Final Destination? In the 5th final. Have you ever watched Final Destination?
I've seen bits and pieces.
If you've ever seen the 5th Final Destination, this is my biggest fear. Is so she's not like trying not to spoil it, but like it's an old movie, so like if you haven't seen it, whatever. But
spoil it.
Basically, one of the deaths in Final Destination 5 is this girl's a gymnast, And so she's like on the bars and like she's on the bars swinging like you do as a gymnast, and then some chick off the side lands on a nail, falls off the bar, knocks this powder off. The powder gets blown by the fan and it distracts the girl on the bars, and then she like does her dismount, but she doesn't dismount properly, and she like like lands on her back, she completely like folded in half. So like when she fell off and like didn't hit the mat and hit the ground, I thought that something like that happened, and she just like broke every bone in her body. So yeah, I was scared.
She just broke every bone in her body. That like that sounds quite traumatic. I'm sorry you had to experience that, but it's glad that she's
My
okay.
life is trauma. No, I'm just kidding.
Kenzie.
Anyway, your turn.
Okay, we'll just skip over that detail. Okay, now this is where I've got a couple more of the personal ones for me.
Okay.
This is where things now just go like this is just random facts about my haywire. This is just random facts about my life. Okay, so I once caught 2 fish in one catch. The only time I have ever been fishing. Number 2.
Beginner's luck.
I nearly stepped on a rattlesnake while camping in North Dakota. And number 3,
specific.
I once got to physically hold the Grey Cup in my hands. Like, hold it in my hands.
3's totally a lie. You've never been to the Grey Cup game. How the heck have you been holding a Grey Cup in your hands?
You're wrong.
What?
You're wrong. You want
Which
a second
one?
guess?
No, well, just tell me.
Okay, so I should have prefaced this. All 3 had elements of truth, but one I embellished a little bit. The second one, the rattlesnake, I embellished. I did nearly step on a snake while I was
Just wasn't a rattlesnake.
camping. Yeah, but it wasn't because like basically I was walking in like grass. It wasn't tall grass, but the snake it blended in with the grass like perfectly. And I remember I was stepping, and I don't know why, but like I like stepped like heel, but I stopped, and then a snake just moved like right underneath my foot. Mm-hmm. There was no rattle, no nothing. So I was like confident it wasn't a rattlesnake. Scared the daylights out of me. But
Okay,
yeah.
I've got one.
Sorry.
Oh.
I should explain the whole Grey Cup thing. So when the Blue Bombers won the Grey Cup in 2019, they of course they traveled all over the province. Like a select few players came and traveled. They brought the cup to all the schools for all the kids. You know, it's great.
Oh,
It's great marketing. So they brought it to our high school. Patrick Neufeld, guard, great player. Sorry, playing with the box again. I should stop fiddling with that.
Stop touching the box.
Stop touching the box. He brought the Grey Cup in, and we were all in the lecture theater. And because, big Blue Bombers fan, that was the year we ended the drought, I wore my jersey to school that day because I knew that this was happening. So we're all sitting in the lecture theater. I'm sitting front row like a teacher's pet with my jersey on. Big, excited smile face.
I can see that.
He comes down the lecture there. He passes by all the players. He has the cup. He's like holding the cup in his hand, and so he gets down to right in front of the stage, right in front of where I was, and so I just threw out like a joke saying, "Hey, is the cup heavy?" And then he literally just said nothing. He just walked right up to me, and just handed it to me, and I got to hold it. And I have held the Grey Cup more than people who have played in the game and lost it. I've held it more than people who have actually played in that league. What's up?
Okay.
It's a true story.
Okay.
I'm damn proud of it because no one else got to hold it. People got to like put their hand on it and take a picture with it. I got to actually hold it. It's not a super heavy trophy, but it's got some weight to it.
Okay. This one's about injuries.
Oh gosh, here we go.
One of my older brothers was smacked in the face during my kindergarten interviews and cut his head open. That's 1. 2. My mom, when she was in 1st grade, got trampled going into the school and broke her arm. Like they stepped on her arm and broke it. Number 3. I fell off of the top bunk of a bunk bed when I was little and broke my collarbone. Which one's a lie?
All are pretty gruesome.
Yeah, well, my family's we all die. No, we
all die.
We're all injury prone.
Clumsy, maybe that's the word.
Yeah.
Okay, so your mother broke her arm.
My brother cut his head open. My mom broke her arm. I broke my collarbone.
You never broke your collarbone.
That actually is true. I cracked it. I embellished a little bit. I did fall off the top bunk of a bunk bed, but I cracked it. I didn't actually break it.
So you fractured it, didn't break it.
Yeah. And it never
Gotcha.
healed properly, so I still get pain. But that's a whole other story.
Shall we test it?
Don't you touch me. But yeah, so when my mom was in first grade, she was going in after recess, but she got trampled, and they stepped on her arm and broke it. And then my grandma was like, "You're fine." And
Wow.
Yeah, my grandma was like, "You're fine." Took a while for them to take her to the doctor. I'm surprised her arm is still normal.
It's still attached.
Yeah. And my brother, at my kindergarten parent-teacher interviews, they had like stuff in the gym for like the other kids of the families, because lots of people brought their whole families to this thing.
Right.
My little brother was small and didn't know any better, so he was running around. Some kid was going to do a slap shot with a hockey stick and whoosh, right in the head.
Oh my God.
I remember that day.
Jeez.
My dad was like, "Oh yeah, we should probably take him to the hospital." He could fit his pinky finger into the cut. My brother needed stitches. I've also cut my head open, but that's another story.
Jesus. See, I'm someone who's been very lucky. I've had very, very little injuries in my life.
I cut my head.
I'm a little too careful. I'm
Yeah.
kind of a hypochondriac, so.
See, I'm very careful. I'm just
I'm a very careful, germophobic hypochondriac, so you would hate me.
Actually, that's a funny story. I cut my my head open, my eyebrow, like a couple days before my senior class.
I
like,
remember
my
you told me
senior
that.
pictures.
Oh no! Could you imagine if you had like a giant bandage and you're trying to like
It
smile?
wasn't even bandaged. Like you could see the cut so clearly, like at my pictures. I took the pictures and I was bruised and like there was the cut. And I told her, I was like, "Yeah, is there?" And I was like, "Yeah, this happened." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll cut it out." Guess what? We got the senior pictures. She didn't cut it out. So in my class picture, right above my glasses, you could see like giant cut.
Did they allow for picture retakes or no?
Well, the thing about that is my parents, it was my senior year, so that was like just the regular pictures, not cap and gowns. So my mom's like, "I'm not buying it because I'm going to buy her cap and gown." So I got lucky.
There
It's
you
not
go.
hanging in the house.
There
But
you go.
I did have to use that picture for my resume in high school.
Ah.
So people, but the picture's like so small that you can't even see the cut. So it's fine.
Who cares? Okay. So this next one, same thing, random fun facts. All three of them have elements of truth, but one is embellished.
Yeah,
okay?
that was kind of how my last one was. One
Yeah.
was embellished, but
It almost makes it a little more difficult because like all of them are true. One's just
But-
kind of
little.
scuffed. So here we go. I've only ever been in one fist fight in my whole life, and I lost. Kind of badly. Your face, you puffed out like a puffer fish.
Oh, now I'm gonna imagine in my head Colin just being like pounded.
Let's keep moving.
Continue.
Number 2. As a kid, I had a temporary allergy intolerance to eggs.
Eggs are kind of grody.
Eggs the food. And then number 3.
Well, what else? Sorry, you said eggs the food. What other eggs?
Well, sorry. Sometimes I feel like I overpronounce words and I like kind of I don't know.
Sorry, I just thought
I
that was fun.
mispronounced the word.
Eggs the food.
Yeah, as opposed to
The ovaries. Can't be
okay.
allergic
No,
to-
moving on. Number 3. I played basketball for my school, and all the basketball I ever played was before I hit my growth spurt, and I was actually tall. So I only played basketball as a short person. I had a temporary like allergy intolerance to eggs, and I've only ever been in one fist fight that and I lost badly.
I'm gonna go with the fist fight.
You're incorrect.
What is it then? The eggs.
The lie is the eggs. So okay. So again, I said allergy and intolerance kind of to try and hide it. So basically, when I was a kid, I had some sort of allergy or intolerance to deodorant.
Yeah.
For example, like I tried every brand underneath the sun. Any part of my body that that deodorant would touch, I would get an awful rash, and it was like that for about a year or two, and then it just magically stopped. About grade 4, like that's when like you had to start like changing it into gym clothes, and like they really made you like you got to wear deodorant. I would try that, just awful rashes, just the worst time ever. So I don't know if it was like an allergy or an intolerance. And again, like I tried everything from like Old Spice to like Dove, like stuff that's like very light on the
That
skin.
don't sound fun.
No, yeah, it was just temporary, and then it went away.
Well, that's good. 'Cause
Thank
deodorant's kind of
thank
important.
God, thank God it did, or else I would be smelling bad.
Okay. I have 3. Number 1, when I was like 17, I was working at a store and I burnt my hand on a panini press. Number 2, when I played basketball, I got in a little bit of a fight for the rebound and got thrown across the room and cut my hand open. I just noticed there's a whole bunch of injuries.
Go on.
I have never once had an infected ear piercing.
Okay, so you burnt your hand on a panini press. You got thrown across the gym.
And sliced my hand open.
Sliced your hand open, and you have never
had an infected.
You never had an infected ear piercing. Okay, so which one of those did you embellish? I don't know. One of them could be a flat out lie. I don't know. Okay, so judging by your, I'm gonna try and like break this down. I'm gonna think out loud here. The panini press, that sounds very doable. Considering your injury history, you're just like, I want a panini.
Well, for context, I worked at like a deli place, so we made sandwiches. So there was in fact a panini press at the place I worked. So it is possible.
It's possible. Okay, so yeah, I can see you
like
burning your hand.
everything is possible that I've said.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So panini press, I think that would have happened. Slicing your hand again, all gruesome injuries. Slicing your hand open in basketball. Now, I find basketball is a little hard of a sport to slice your hand open because normally it just gets like you jam fingers, you stamp.
That happened a lot.
Stamp.
Yeah, I jammed fingers a lot when I played basketball.
Actually, I have a really bad jammed finger that like I have like one knuckle that's like permanently swollen, except that wasn't from basketball, so it doesn't really count. It was from football, but because you've never had an infected ear piercing. Now, here's the thing: you have a lot of piercings on either ear. But at the same time, you also do strike me because you are very informed when it comes to like, because you've educated me a lot just about like, I don't know. There's no way. There's no like other way to word it, but like female things. You've educated me a lot, so you sound well informed enough that you would never get an infection. I'm gonna say the lie was the basketball.
Incorrect. So the lie was the infected ear piercing because when I was little, I've had issues. So just the lobes have been infected before, and what happens with the lobe piercings, like these low ones,
like on the lobe.
Yeah, okay. Like my very first piercings. What happens with those? What happens when they get infected is it turns like black and bloody, and I actually had that one time. But other than that, I've never had an infected ear piercing. Okay. But I have one time. The basketball thing. Let's see if I can find my scar actually.
Oh yeah, subtly.
So what happened was I was like 7th grade, 6th grade, something like that. We were fighting for rebound, and this chick had sharp nails.
Oh,
and she was very aggressive. So when she started grabbing it, and then she like threw me and the ball, because she was like sick and tired of fighting, and she was a lot bigger than me. She like picked me up and threw me.
What?
And as she did, her finger caught my hand and sliced. And I wasn't allowed to play for the rest of the game because I was bleeding. So.
Jesus. So gruesome, Kenzie.
I told you, accident prone. It wasn't even my fault. She threw me.
Wow.
Anyway.
Okay, this one. So after having like 2 questions, I will say this. Unfortunately, the last one that involves me. I can maybe try and come up with one on the spot, but this one we're going back to the theme ones. This is all themed about football.
Oh Lord.
It's okay. I'm not really like asking you for like in-depth knowledge, really. So here we go.
Good,
so, and when I say football, this is all related to my high school football career. So number 1.
My high school football career.
No, I think that's the proper wording.
I know,
anyway.
it's just funny to me.
So number 1, I have never scored a touchdown while playing high school football. Number 2, shut up, all right? Number 2, I played some series on defense at linebacker in high school football. So I played linebacker on defense. And then number 3, I started every game on offense, starting offense, every single game in my grade 11 year. So I started every single game on offense in my grade 11 year. I played some series at linebacker because I mainly played offense, but I took some time playing defense, and I played some series at linebacker, which you have to be a big guy, right? I'm pencil.
You're a stick.
I'm pencil. And then number 1, I never scored a touchdown while playing.
I do believe that the never scoring a touchdown is a lie.
You're actually incorrect. I've never scored a touchdown.
Oh, loser.
I was on the field when touchdowns were scored.
What, the linebacker?
Yeah, I was linebacker.
Yeah.
So
that was my second guess,
I did play on defense in grade 10, I think. Definitely in grade 11. I played at defensive back a few times. I think I played safety maybe 1 or 2 series. I think in grade 10. So, the ones where the pencil arms can kind of play on defense, but I never played. Sorry, actually, now that I think of it, nope, sorry. I did play at linebacker, but it was in Bantam. So, kid club football. It was like a play or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, high school football, I never played at linebacker.
Okay. This one's about my friends.
Does it involve me? No, because no.
You're not my friend. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Okay.
My best friend dislocated her knee playing soccer with us, like on a team.
Why are these all injury? Sorry, why are these all injury related? Okay, sorry, go on.
My best friends and I had a cooking show that we made one episode of when I was in high school.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
My best friends and I made a cooking show episode when I was in high school.
Okay.
And during a shoot in my high school, my friend and I did not get in a fight, and I did not rip her earring out.
So you guys got into a fight?
We did not. Like, we had a peaceful shoot.
Oh, you had a peaceful shoot. Okay.
So we had a very peaceful Christmas shoot. We had a cooking show. And my best friend dislocated her knee playing soccer.
Oh, gosh. Which one's a lie? I'm going to say third one's a lie.
That is true. And it's not because we were mad at each other. Like you're right. Sorry, is what I meant to say. But I gotta give you the video context for it to make sense. So we were making a Christmas video, a Christmas music video. But my friend group and I had this idea of doing expectations of what a Christmas video should look like versus the reality.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it would cut back and forth from this beautiful singing. It was just lip syncing to Mariah Carey. And then this person actually singing, and me and my best friend were the backup dancers. And in the reality, we were fighting with each other, and I nearly ripped out her earring.
That would have been painful.
I felt so bad, and she's like, "Did you rip out my earring?" And I was like, "I really hope not." She's like, "No, you're good." So she was okay. I didn't rip out her earring, but yeah, we were wrestling on the floor. I have the video. I have proof of this, and if you remind me, it's on a USB. I have to show you one day.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And yeah, that same friend that I was fighting with dislocated her knee playing soccer. And then me and my two best friends, we had a cooking show episode. We recreated MasterChef.
Wow.
It's a 10-minute episode.
Wow. Okay, you know what? In the spirit of this, I just came up with one on the spot. This is one of me. Yeah. I've got injury stories. Despite the fact that I said I'm careful, hypochondriac, I have injury stories. Mm-hmm. So all three of these are true, one's embellished. Okay? Number one. When playing high school football, I took a really nasty fall. Despite wearing knee pads, I took a really nasty fall, and I had, and I basically, when I took off my knee pad, I had a giant fluid sac on my knee, and I had to go to the hospital afterwards. It wasn't urgent, but I had to take it to the hospital afterwards, and I had to get it drained. It was quick. They did it in the emergency room. They literally took, you put the needle in, they just take, it's like pus.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Number two, as a kid, I got a wooden sliver right in the center of my foot, and I had to go to the ER, and they had to yank it out.
Gross.
As a 3-year-old, you can imagine how a 3-year-old responds to that type of thing.
That's how I responded to needles as a kid.
Yeah. And then number three, I was one of my friends and I, we were running outside after school in the front parking lot. And we accidentally I slowed down. He didn't slow down enough, and we collided, and we both fell on the pavement. But I fell back on the pavement, and I smacked my head on the pavement and went across. And I had to go to the ER. And they didn't give me stitches, but there was a big enough gash in the back of my head that they super glued a bit of my hair to clamp the skin together so that it would basically would stop bleeding. Okay, so again, I'll recap. I had a fluid sac on my knee that I had to have drained with a needle at the ER. Second, I had to go to ER because I had a splinter in my foot that they had to yank out with tweezers. And then number three, I fell on the pavement, smacked my head, had to get a part of my hair glued together so that it would close the skin.
I think that the third one has too much detail for it to be fake. So I think that the one that's embellished, well, that could also be embellished, but I think maybe the embellished one is the sliver. Because you can take out a sliver at home.
That's true. But you are incorrect.
Is it the head?
No, actually. The head is 100% correct. The sliver is 100% correct. the fluid sac on my knee, that did happen. But thankfully, it hurt to walk on it for a little bit, and it hurt to poke it, obviously.
yeah.
But essentially, if it gets bad enough, it can be drained with a needle. But thankfully, it wasn't bad enough. The second I got home from practice, I just put an ice pack on it for about an hour or two, and it went down like on its own.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Actually, I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of grown over now. Or sorry, is it? Oh, sorry. My other belt. Can you see? Kind of like there's like kind of that. Yeah, I had like a kind of a scar, kind of some like dead tissue there, because like my elbow went across and it was bleeding. I had blood dripping down the back of my head too. It was fun. Anyway, go on.
Gross. Okay.
Yeah, how do you think I've been feeling? All I've just heard is like death and destruction and injury. Ooh.
Okay.
Here, do you want time to think about one? Because
I think I've got one. I just had to think of like.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. So, guess what? More injuries.
Oh, great! Yay!
When I was a kid, I moved my bed once, and there was broken glass under it, and I ended up stepping on it.
Oh my god. Oh.
I've stepped on a nail and had it go through my foot.
Sorry. Oh, nails are horrible.
And I've typically get really bad blisters on my heels. Like usually, like quite consistently.
Okay, so you usually get bad blisters on your foot. You let a nail go through it. No, but okay, here's the thing though. How do you get broken glass under your bed? How do you do that? Were you having like a cup throwing competition and like glass or ceramic just went right underneath?
Started throwing glass at my brother.
It's just that. I could see you doing that. That's the thing. Let's see. So now listen, if you get a nail right in your foot, that comes with tetanus. And that can be very bad because, well, kids usually aren't, well, I don't know when kids are vaccinated for tetanus, but I'm going to come out with a wild goose theory that you took that nail. Wait, sorry, are these embellished or like
One's a straight out lie.
Okay. I'm going to say the nail is incorrect because you piggybacked off of my sliver story and you said, let's change it to a nail.
That is true. Not because I stole your sliver.
You were in the ER that day and you snatched it.
I've never had a nail through my foot.
Yeah.
I do get blisters quite often, but I feel like it's because
I get blisters actually pretty often too.
Yeah, I just get nasty blisters on my heels a lot. Like it's gross. And like on like the like inner, like my feet are very curved, so I've had that issue forever.
Everyone's feet are
no, like mine are more than they should be.
like yours is like a circle.
No, mine. Sorry. The arch that that normal person has, mine's like more than it's supposed to be, and I've been told that before.
Like, so like you have like little like elf feet.
Yeah. Anyway,
you have like elf shoe shaped feet.
Anyway,
sorry.
The glass. That's the story. We moved into this house, and me and my brother shared the upstairs, and it was whoever lived there before us. There was glass under my bed, but we didn't know that. So like the bed was there when we got there, and that was where I was sleeping. And one day we moved it, and I ended up stepping in the glass, and it was like lots of like tiny pieces of glass in my foot. So that was fun.
Oh, goodness gravy!
Yeah. And I was like in 5th grade, maybe not even 4th, maybe.
Mackenzie.
Like it was bad. Like
how are you still alive?
That's a good question.
Stubbornness. Hey,
I have another one that I can
sorry,
think of.
I was going to say, this, I'll be nice for once. This shows how strong of a person you are because you've endured all this. And
I got hit by a car, so like, let's go. Remember? I got T-boned like a couple months ago.
Sorry. The way you worded that saying that, no. No, that's a car accident. Saying you got hit by a car was implying that you were walking the kaboom. Gee, I was about to say, when did you get hit by a car?
Literally yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. I have another one.
I was driving.
I have another one that I can think of if you're cool with that.
Just do it.
This one's about hair.
The box, shut up. Wait. Why do you... Okay.
Like hair on my head.
We're glad it's on the head, okay? And it's not anywhere else. Oh, goodness gravy. Okay, let's talk about hair.
Okay.
We both have long hair. It's Friday afternoon, guys.
When I was younger, my mother used to cut my bangs, and the bangs used to be very uneven.
Ooh, throwing shade at your mother.
I love
Jeez.
my mom. Number 2, when I was in 4th grade, I got lice and my mom shaved my head. Like, really short boy cut is what I'm like, yeah. Anyway.
If that's true, I need to see a picture of it. Sorry, go on.
This is the first time that I've ever been blonde in my life.
Okay. First time you've ever been blonde in your life.
The thinking noises.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's see here. I'm just looking at the blonde hair. So obviously you're not a natural blonde.
No, I'm natural brunette.
Yep.
But
I am natural brown.
Yeah,
brunette.
brunette.
Am I brunette? I have like lighter shades of brown in my hair, and some bits look red. So I don't even know if that counts as brunette. Anyway, okay, so this is like the first time you've ever been.
First
blonde.
time I've ever had blonde hair in my life. I had to shave my head in 4th grade
Because of lice.
because of lice.
Damn.
And my mom used to really cut unevenly bangs on me.
That one I feel like is true because I feel like most home cuts are just never good.
My mom had a bowl
Mostly.
cut once when she was a kid.
Wow.
Actually, multiple times when she was a kid.
Wow.
I'm just thankful she never did that to me. Bowl cut my head.
Yeah. You'd rather take uneven bangs,
Than a bowl cut, yeah.
Okay, so I think that one's true. Only time you've ever been blonde. Now listen, I think that is also true, and I think the false is that you got your head shaved because you don't shave someone's head when you get lice. You just, you can take medication or you can there's some special type of hair product. You never had your head shaved.
I did.
No, you didn't. Did you actually?
The lie was
Yes, that's true.
the lie was that this is the first time I've ever been blonde. This is like the 3rd time I've been blonde in my life.
This is great. Oh, okay. We're not gonna embarrass you. We're not gonna put a photo on.
No, it's gonna take me a while to find the photo. But this is a funny story.
How
actually.
old were you? Sorry.
4th grade,
4th grade. Okay.
and I was at a new school. So here's the story. Okay.
Your life is so trauma.
And actually, the funny thing is at the time I had lice, I was blonde.
Wait. Take the blonde out of your hair right now. I don't need hair. I don't want my head getting shaved.
Okay, here's the story. So when I was in 4th grade, my dad decided, let's pack up and move. So we lived in Wadena at the time.
Okay.
And during like the last 2 months of my grade 4 year, we moved to Wapella. So brand new school. Never been there before. I was
How far?
brown hair.
How far away?
It's right by Mooseman. So it was like 4 hours away from where I used to live.
Holy.
Like it was brand new school. Didn't know anybody there. First 2 days at the school was fine. Had my long brunette hair. I had super long hair at the time. Like it was like down the middle of my back. Like me and my mom had long hair at the time.
Okay.
But then one day,
One
I
day.
had lice.
Oh.
And my mom tried everything to get it out. And it was like, she tried the combing, tried the tea tree, literally dyed my hair blonde because sometimes hair dye kills them. So that's the first time I went blonde. And then she was like, screw it. We're shaving your head. So like, you've
swear.
seen Connor's hair, right?
Yeah.
Shorter than his hair.
Guys, that is nuts.
And then I had to go back to a brand new school with short hair. Keep in mind
that has to be one of the most traumatizing things that can ever happen to a kid.
Keep in mind, in the same class as my older brother, because it was a grade 4, 5, 6 split.
Oh, no, he got secondhand
And
embarrassment.
this was months after, at my old school, a bus rolled, and I was in it.
Mackenzie, okay, I wish I had a clipboard so I could be like, okay, like, listen, when did things start going wrong?
In the beginning of 4th grade, I was in a bus accident. Like, I guess mid-grade 4 because it was during, like, winter months. But basically what happened was they put us on a school bus and they were like, la-di-da-di-da, oh, black guys, and there we go, into the ditch. And then a couple months later, I moved to Wapella and had to shave my head. Don't you just love life, guys?
Guys, I think we need to, like, start
GoFundMe.
a pity charity fund for our friend Mackenzie here.
What?
I am sorry.
Why do you think I keep my hair so long now? I like my long hair. I missed it for so long. It took me so long to grow it back out.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I keep my hair long now, is because I'm scared to cut it again.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone's hair grows differently, but I mean, when I first started growing my hair, because I got a haircut like first or second or third day of this year. The last haircut I had was December 1st, 2021. So from about December 1st, 2021 to about January 2nd or 3rd, 2025, I grew that like it takes a long time. And my hair, it was long, but I wasn't super duper long.
My hair, I'm so lucky. My hair grows incredibly fast. Like all of this brown that you see in my roots right now, that's like where the blonde is, and then it goes brown.
Yeah.
That's all the growth I've had since my last hair appointment.
Which was
like a month ago or something like that. So like my hair grows incredibly fast, and I'm so grateful for it. But I also take care of it.
It's true.
And
yeah, that's probably why you like, because I'll be honest. So I'm a guy with long hair, and a lot of guys with long hair, they don't really get great hair advice, because the most guy jokes, it's like, oh yeah, we have the 10-in-1 shampoo. It's not real, but it's a joke. I get a lot of my hair advice from the former hairstylist. So, but it makes sense. But I'll say, like, it makes sense why you take such good care of your hair, because you went from having like super long hair to all of a sudden, and it just.
Yeah, and it was super long at the time when we shaved it too. So I was like so like devastated. There's a picture somewhere. I will find a picture and I'll send it to you.
I need to see it before the end of this day.
But like it was so traumatizing. So I was like I'm terrified to cut my hair again, because I'm like, what if it doesn't grow out? Okay, I have one more quick one about post-secondary. So we're going to make it a little lighter. So obviously I'm in the media communications program.
Please, no injuries. And no injuries.
It's just about what I was going to choose to do for post-secondary.
Go on.
Okay, so when I was in high school, I considered going for hairstyling. I considered going for forensic science. And I considered going for mechanics. Okay, Which one did I not consider going for?
Are there embellishments or straight up lie?
Well, no, more straight up lie.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so hairstyling, forensic science, and mechanics. Okay, so.
And I'm going to say this. Anybody can do mechanics, anybody can do forensic science, and anybody can do hairstyling.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Okay. Forensic science. I'm already gonna say that is a true one. Why? Because when we went to the Brandon Hills shoot and we met those forensic science BU, I remember you said that in the episode. So I've got a mind like a steel trap sometimes. So that was a true one. So now it's down to hairstyling and mechanics. Now. Sorry, I just went silent, like thinking in my head. Okay, you know what? The false one. Hairstyling.
Okay, you're actually correct. It was a little bit of an embellishment. I like mechanics. My brother does it, so like it was something. And I was a smart kid, so I was always kind of into it.
Yeah, because I remember you said that you were into it, and it's just
Here's where I caught you though. It's not. I did consider going for cosmetology.
Oh, okay.
So if we want to get really specific, but hairstyling is just one part of cosmetology. I considered going for the whole of cosmetology.
Right.
That's where I was.
Not just specifically hairstyling.
Not specifically hairstyling. Although when I was in high school, I did an internship at a hair salon. That's how I know a lot of hair tricks.
That's right. Yeah. We should actually we should do like a little
hair tips.
Well, yeah, like that, or we just do like little 5-minute little filler programs for the channel. But it's just all you. Like, what the heck do I know? All I know is that hair, it grows on your head and your entire
Mackenzie's
body.
daily knowledge.
Yeah, it's like no. I think if we wanted to make it Kenzie's daily knowledge, it's like one of those things. It's like Bob Ross, like where like Bob Ross paints a painting, but it's like he like multitasks. Like he'll tell a story, but he'll paint a picture. You'll like give hair advice, or you'll like do your hair, but then you'll also say, so I sliced my hand open and I got my head shaved because I had lice. Like you tell all these these traumatic stories while you make your hair look like just fantastic. 10 out of 10.
I mean, I did my hair today, so like. My head hurts, but I did my hair today.
My head hurts.
My scalp.
Well, it's in a pretty tight bun, actually. Yeah, you're yanking your hair back, your hairline back.
That's actually really bad for that. Do you know what traction alopecia is? Traction alopecia.
No.
So alopecia is just mainly when you lose hair. Traction alopecia is if you're in a tight hairstyle all the time. Like, I don't do a tight hairstyle
Like
all the time.
JoJo Siwa.
Like JoJo Siwa. That's why she has no hairline.
Oh!
But when you pull it tight, you lose more hair.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do tight hairstyles like slickbacks all the time, or like something like this every single day, you're gonna have a receding hairline. Maybe that's what happened to my dad. He has no hair. Sorry, Dad.
Oh, Mackenzie.
But yeah, so that's why you have to be careful with your hair and gentle on it, because the tighter you pull it, the more hair you're gonna lose.
Yeah, I've learned that. That's why I want to keep my hair at this length now. Like, I'm probably gonna go in for like a trim soon, just trim it back just slightly. But I'm gonna keep my hair like this because when my hair got long, I was tying it very, very tight. Mm-hmm. Right. So, but now like when I tie it, I only tie it like once, and,
like
and I keep it and I keep it loose.
ponytails.
And now because it's shorter, I almost never have my hair tied to begin with. I only do it like when I'm working and I have like my head down, and my hair's in my face. I'll tie it back for that, but that's almost. And I learned to not tie your hair back when your hair's wet when you come out of the shower. I used to do that.
That's very bad. Just anything, you gotta be so gentle on wet hair because wet hair is so fragile.
Yep.
Anyway.
Hey,
That's
we
all the time
shared some
we
fun
have.
facts. We shared some fun facts. So
Let us
that's
know
why my hair probably actually looks a lot better. Like, if you guys noticed from like
it's 'cause
the
of-
first episode to episode 4, like, wow, why does your hair look so good? Said no one ever. But if you ever thought that,
I got lots of hair tips.
yeah.
Actually, that does spark an idea. If you guys actually want like daily tips or like something like that
Kenzie's
that you would
daily
use,
tips.
no, I'm serious. If you want, I could do it on Instagram or TikTok instead of doing it on like the
Let us
WCG
know.
programming. But we could do
This
it on
is
Instagram.
already
going
going to be a clip.
So let us.
Casey
let me know.
Actually, we just do it's like a Casey Chronicles. It's just like you just do like random tips.
Yeah, Casey Chronicles tips of the day. Casey _Chronicles 2024 on TikTok and Instagram.
I guarantee 95% of it is going to be her recording it. Like, the only ones I'm going to say is like, hey, for my male audience, I'm going to take a big rock and I'll throw it into a lake saying, that's fun to watch, isn't it? That's your daily tip. It's not even a tip, but.
Don't. Never mind, I won't say that.
No, don't you dare. No. We're going to wrap this up before you let that go somewhere else.
Okay. Thanks guys for joining us.
Thank you for joining us
on today's episode.
That was for episode 40. That was fun
that's
to mark
pretty good.
40 episodes. We hope you've enjoyed the 40 episodes. We've got 40
That's like 40 hours of us sitting here and yapping to each other.
more or less.
Oh my gosh. That's a little
We're
weird.
approaching nearly like 2 full days worth of content.
Just of us talking to each other.
That's nuts. That is nuts.
That's crazy. But we thank you for joining us. We hope you have an amazing rest of your day, your week, whatever you're having, and reach out to us on all of our platforms because
Instagram, TikTok, Casey Chronicles email, and WCGTV email.
yeah.
Boom. Just
Boom. Bim bam boom.
bim bam boom.
We will answer as best we can. I run all the Casey Chronicle stuff, so if you are gonna send something, you're probably talking to me.
Probably the more preferable one.
We hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode, and maybe you played along with us. Maybe you were guessing the lies while
Yeah.
we were.
Hey, leave your results down in the comments. Say like,
Yeah. Were you right?
Were you? The winner gets. No, I'm kidding.
The
We're
winner
not.
gets a gold star
Yeah. A firm handshake.
through the screen. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We can't wait to see you next time. And for now, it's a bye from Kenzie and Cullen.